Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to part 2 of my eBay selling video series. So, you've made the sale. What next? Right off the bat, there's going to be a delay before you receive your money, because that's the way eBay does things. Apparently, like to hang on to your money for 4 or 5 business days. Soaking up some interest is my guess, because if you've made any other online transaction, you know it can be instantaneous. It'll sure take the money out of your account, super fast, but when it comes to putting money back in, not so much. So, right off the bat, I would recommend that you wait until that money is in your bank account. Don't even think about doing anything else until that money is actually in your hands, because, any number of things could happen. The customer could decide they change their mind, ask for, a cancellation or something like that. You don't want to get caught flat-footed, and have the item already in the mail off to them, and they decide, oh, I don't want it. You'll never see your money or the item back again. Now, let's say you got your money, okay? The first thing I'm going to recommend is that you absolutely make sure you pack that item to the best of your ability. And in doing so, I would recommend, if you're in the selling business, recycle things like packing peanuts, bubble wrap, the basics, okay? You could use, as you saw our friend, he uses grocery bags to wrap up miniatures. It works, it traps air and, keeps them from getting scratched and whatnot. But personally, I like to use bubble wrap, lots of it. I'd rather the item get there, in the best shape possible than for it to get somehow damaged because, your shipping company, regardless of what that is, didn't take as good a care of it as you would have liked. And, how many times have you received something in the mail that was damaged because of piss poor packing? I'm not a fan of that. I'm sure you guys aren't either, and I'm going to treat it as if I was shipping it to myself. Now, when it comes to shipping, you should have done your homework, but if not, I'll make a video about all the different shipping things. But you're going to have to decide whether you want to ship it cheap or whether you want to ship it fast. Personally, I go with priority, flat rate priority boxes from the United States Post Office. For all their flaws that be in the post office, these boxes give you the quickest shipping method at a pretty darn good price compared to first class. You get the free tracking number and you get free insurance. I think it's up to $50 for the small box. I'm not sure how much it is for the larger boxes. I rarely use the larger boxes, but $50 for something about this big, about the size of a VHS cassette, whatever you could fit in there. Not only that, but it's whatever fits, regardless of how heavy it is, it's a set price. Now, you can go the cheap route, especially if you're mailing books or things like that. First class would be my second option. Although if you're shipping a large number of books, go with media rate. Just make sure you only put books and printed materials and educational materials in that for the cheapest route. But no matter what you do, get a tracking number. And if the item is, I would say more than $100 or around $100, I'd consider getting a, I forget what it's called, where they have to sign for the package. That way they got the item. And you can always put that cost in the shipping cost to your customer. You're not going to have to pay for that, out of pocket. They're going to pay for it. Now, mind you, eBay is going to hit you with some fees and a final value fee, which is about 20 or 30% of the overall value of the item. But, you might be tempted to tack on some extra money on the shipping charges, but I wouldn't recommend it because customers are looking at the shipping cost as part of the equation on whether or not they're going to buy it. And for me, when I'm purchasing and shopping, the bottom line is the bottom line. How much is it going to cost me, including shipping? Because if you don't calculate correctly, you could be looking at an extra $20 for shipping. Some guy tried to charge me $17 for priority shipping on an item that only costs $25, and I'm like, no. We can do better than that. I'll go 10, just to make sure it gets here safely, and that the customer's, not all bent out of shape because, I'm trying to, take money out of his pocket or whatever. You really shouldn't be making a profit on the shipping. The old days of handling fees, that's the job. If you're going to be buying and selling on eBay, you're going to have to spend some time, and trying to charge people for that time, just it doesn't go over well with the customer. That's why we no longer really see the shipping and handling when it comes to the overall price when you shop elsewhere. Maybe you do. I don't really shop elsewhere, so I don't really see that. But there you have it. Those are the first steps toward getting your money and your package to your customer happily. I'm going to go over the shipping stuff next week when it comes to where you can go and why I go with the USPS. Now, if you're outside the United States, maybe that's not the best option for you, but I would always recommend sticking with shipping in your local area as opposed to internationally. It's just not safe these days, and I'll go more into that next week. But if you guys have any questions, I wanted to make this one short because it really is that simple when it comes to getting paid and getting your item out to your customer. But if you guys have any questions, I'll throw those in with the next episode, which will be all the different shipping options you can go with and why I go with the United States Post Office. So until next time, folks, have a great afternoon, a great evening. I will see you guys tomorrow with a very different book review. It's not Ravenloft, it's something else. I'm sure you guys can guess, but I'm going to have to do a little bit more reading and get it out to you guys, and I'll have that for you tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, happy trails.